Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Liam. This is my hobby room. It's where I do my hobbies. Thank you for joining me this auspicious day. We're going to be taking a look at the high-grade... Oh, hold on a sec. Let me get the box. We're going to be taking a look at the high-grade Dilanza, specifically Guel's Dilanza, a duel with Guel. This fabulous pink mobile suit was piloted by Guel in Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury in his DUEL. Can't get enough of that. Very fun mobile suit to put together. Really like the giant chunky pieces, and it was a lot of fun to paint. So let's take a look at the model kit. Let's take a look. Now this kit might not be to everyone's taste. I know the color can kind of throw some people off. I really like it. I thought it was really fun, and it was challenging to match that color in paint, but we'll get to that in a sec. The kit is very sturdy. It's very chunky. He's a big old boy. It's a big old boy. Posability, if you care about that kind of thing, it's good in the upper body, but in the lower body, there's just a lot of parts collision, but I mean, that's to be expected with something this bulky. I could be wrong, but in the show, I really got the impression it was a lot like the Dom from Mobile Suit Gundam, where its legs don't really move a whole lot. It's just all up here, and his legs are just standing still, because it kind of has like a hover thing. It glides along the ground. It's a really fun design. I really liked it. It's got these stocky little hoof-like feet, and it mixes a lot of jagged things with curved things. Yeah, just very interesting. Guel, the pilot, is a very, for those of you that don't know, very ostentatious and boisterous kind of guy. He's very gauche, to put it that way, and the mobile suit is a perfect match for him. This is his customized Dilanza, so the regular Dilanza isn't as magenta or doesn't have the big feathered crest on it. The most noticeable seam lines are on the legs, the lower legs. They run right down the side, so they'll run directly through a thruster. It just looks kind of ugly. They're easy to remove because you don't need to separate these parts after they've been put together, so once you go to paint them, you won't have to like do any fancy stuff with it. You just close the seam lines, good to go. The thighs also have a seam line, those are easy. There wasn't really a whole lot as far as seam lines go. Oh, the rifle, you have to close the seam line on the rifle, but other than that, very easy stuff. And then you get this mobile suit with some banging shelf presence. Now the pieces are quite large and there's a lot of nice surfaces to paint, but it's not completely devoid of detail. If you look closely, there's a lot of really cool pieces you can pick out with some weathering or panel lining or whatever. I put some photo etch parts in mine. I'll show you that in just a sec. Now as far as accessories go, you have the beam partisan, which is the big spear-like thing. It's got a lot of panache. It's got some pizzazz to it. It's really cool. It's very long. You also get a beam rifle with a little magazine that stores inside one of the shoulder pauldrons, and then, or they're called crash shields or something. You can use them for bashing, for bashing people. And then you get a beam torch, which is essentially a beam sword, and that also docks into one of the other shoulder pauldrons. It's kind of cool. You can store all these pieces. The beam partisan doesn't store anywhere, but whatever. And then you get two really lovely, unique beam effect parts that I'll show you better close-ups of in the painted section. So I'm just curious what other mobile suits people really enjoyed from the series. I've enjoyed a lot of them. Just let me know in the comments down below, and hey, while you're down there, why don't you subscribe to this channel for more awesome Gunpla content, and you can like this video because I like you. And if you were a video, I'd like you. When I was putting decals on after painting, I try and hold off on a lot of the decals because they just get really overwhelming, and sometimes I think they can distract from the actual design of the suit. But then I thought, when Guel is using this mobile suit, he's at his most boorish, his most ostentatious and arrogant. So I thought, yeah, let's just cover it with decals. Use them all. I didn't use them all. I used a lot of them, though, way more than I normally would. So without further ado, let's take a look at the finished kit. So this is what it looks like before I painted it. You've seen that. I'm showing you again just to enhance the juxtaposition. And here it is after I painted it. Now, the pink didn't turn out exactly like I wanted to. If you recall, a little while back, I did Angelo Sauper's Gira Zulu. It had a similar color scheme to it, but I think the pink on that one was a lot more successful. I relied less on highlights, and I think I just found a really rich base color to work with. This time, I think I don't know, tonally I struggled with it sometimes. I went for warm, and then I went for cool, and so I'm not 100% sold on my pink color scheme here, but in the end, looking at it, I am pretty proud of it. I just think I could have done a little bit better on the base coat. The kit has a lot of presence. You cannot deny that. It's really fun to mess around with. I just kept playing with it when I was posing. I forgot to take pictures half the time. But yeah, the accessories were really fun. The beam partisan, massive. This thing is really cool. The beam effect part here, I did a little bit of a clouding effect on it just to make it look like it was that much brighter. I really enjoy doing that. I do it with a lot of my beam effect parts, if you've noticed throughout my videos. The beam torch, also really nice. It's a really hefty looking weapon. I love that you can dock it with the mobile suit, but it's kind of hard to not pose it with it because it's just so nice looking. It's just so darn nice. And then the beam rifle, which is, I mean, it's like the most underwhelming of the accessories, but it's nice that it's included. And I think it looks really good. It's simple. It looks like a mass-produced piece of equipment. There's a lot of places to look. There's a lot of places that draw the eye with this model kit. And maybe that's why I enjoyed working on it so much. The weathering, I think I went a bit heavy on the weathering. That's another thing. It's so hard to dial it back. The weathering is so much fun. So for those of you that want to get into weathering, I have lots of videos on this channel. I think in my tutorials playlist. But weathering is really fun. You can use acrylics, you can use oils, you can go nuts with it. Lots of cool stuff you can do. So if you like building Gunpla, you'll probably enjoy building this. You don't have to paint it this color. You can paint it any color you want. If you wanted to, you know, make it not pink, but personally I think that's like the best color a mobile suit can be, especially for a hotshot pilot. You will never not notice them on the field. Now, I feel like I say this, at least to myself, with every Witch from Mercury kit that comes out. I'm like, oh yeah, this one's my favorite. This one was my favorite, but I mean last time the other one that I did was my favorite, so maybe the next video will be my favorite. Who knows? But you know, I think you can have multiple favorites. That's fine, right? So anyways, you should buy this kit, and if you buy it, you should get it from bchobbies.com down in the description below. That's where I got it. That's also where I work. Oh yeah, one cool thing that I like is that the visor, the Dilanza's visor is this gold color. And so I use this Hasegawa reflective gold sticker transfer thing that I've used on a few different mobile suits, and it's super reflective. It's very shiny. Well, I mean, that about does it. That about does it. There's not a whole lot to say other than I had a really fun time painting this model kit and working on it, and I can't wait to work on the next one, which I was gonna tell you which one it is, but I might change my mind to a different one. It's gonna be a Witch from Mercury kit, that I can tell you. But I hope you tune into that, and I hope you enjoyed this, because I enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy what I enjoy. Why else are we watching these videos? So thank you for joining me today, everybody. It's been a real pleasure making sounds for you at the camera. Take care of one another, give your moms a hug, and I'll see you guys next time on Liam's Hobby Room.